I said we were gonna work on Fall Dog, and so we're working on Fall Dog. I am working on R. So I also just put new glue dots in these, so we might have a bit of an issue with drills sticking to the tool, because they tend to start out a little too sticky. Well, that's a good sign. Okay. Looks like most of these are 5. So. Don't really know what I want to talk about, if anything. I haven't really gotten as much diamond painting as I want to do done, but that's just how it's worked out. I haven't really felt like working on one when I've also had the ability to work on one, I guess. Was playing escape room type games, I guess. They're not really hidden object, but I guess the objects are hidden, but you have an idea in your mind when you say hidden objects, so they're not really what you'd think of as a hidden object, but they're like an escape room style game of find the piece. So I've been playing some of those. That was only a few days, honestly, but got a lot of gaming in that amount of time. So we have 2 really ugly looking black ones down here. Those are very misshapen ones down there. Alright. Black normally are the worst one of drills, but... Oh, I didn't even replace the glue dot on that side. Wow. And I'm missing a pin. I only have 2 blues. I should have 3 blues, because the 4th blue is a different color, and therefore I put different heads in it. But I didn't fill that pin, and I'm missing a pin. So I have 4 pins of each color, basically, I guess. Except for the blue, which I got a few different colors in. It's just what the set came with. So I should have another blue, like here with the pink. I have a thin one, which here's the thin blue one. There's the thin purple one. So I have a set that was thin, and then I have these sets here with the indents in the middle, and then I have these 2. And the reason I don't have matches for them is because there's one of the blues, and as I said, one of the blues is an off color. There it is. Oh, so this blue, I just decided to put different tops on, even though it was the same color. Okay. And then the 2 purples. So I have a few. But all 4 pinks are the same heads. These are all 3 placers on one side, 6 placers on the other. Again, that's just the way I originally did it, so that's the way I kept it. You got your 3 placers up there. Oh, sorry. And your 6 placers down here. This one, because this is one of those ones with the bumps on the side, I put, these are like sewing needle fingertips. I cut the tip off. This one just has electrical tape and paper towel. This one doesn't need that because it's not the double bump one. And this one's just a little thin, but it has the screw heads, which I really like. So I got this one. I just don't like the 2 bumps. So 3 screw heads and 1 that just shoves in. I really like the screw-on ones. Purples are also slightly different. I have 2 that are double placers, and I have the angle on those, and I have 2 that are the single placer, which I got that with a set of pins I found on Amazon. And it's like, oh nice, they have a thinner tip. And it also has 2 curved. So they're similar but different. Well, like I said, blues. Apparently this one I put different heads on. So I have a 10, a 9, an 8, and the straightener on the other side of that. So there's those 2. And that leaves these 2. And I forgot to put the glue dots in that one. But those are those pins. I have some others that I use, like my flower one for single placing and stuff, but yeah. Don't ask why I have so many. All similar. I like using them all though. The fact that some are thinner and some are thicker and some have different grips on them and stuff like that, so I'm never grabbing the same exact pin. And then I like to run them all out before I change the glue dots. I like changing all the glue dots at once, so they're all brand new and then they're all getting old at the same time. And I don't know why, but I do that to the point that if this glue dot on the 4 starts going and I can't use it, I'll take it out, but I won't refill it. I'll just use the 5 and use the 3 and use a 1 and not use a 4. Until I can just refill them all. I don't know why. I just like refilling them all at once, I guess. So is there people happy for the holidays? I'm not really big into holidays, so it's just, to me right now, it's like all the stores are busy until after Christmas, and after Christmas returns even. Yay. So, yeah. Not really a Grinch about it, I wouldn't say, but at the same time, not really. I don't know, I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. It's the better way to put it. But I did want to work on some Christmas-like ones or winter-like paintings. This fall dog's cute. If I can get to my snow angel cat, that would be cool. I don't know if I'm going to or not, though. I'm definitely not getting to the big one. I know that. These Black Friday sale things, I found a few cheap containers again, so I bought some more containers. Thing is, they were too cheap to resist, so I got them, but I need to get another container to put them in. It still will be cheaper than buying them at normal price. So, I still got a deal out of that, but I just need to find another container to buy, and I think I did find one, and I think it's only like $2 for the other container to put them in, and they were like ridiculously cheap, a few cents each. It's like, yeah, they're normally way more than that, so I kind of have to get them. And I was out of containers to put paintings in. But these ones won't work for me until I get a container to put them in. So still in a little bit of a don't have containers to kit any more up, because even though I have the containers, I don't have a container for the containers. Not really that many R's, I guess. Already done with them. Oh, crap. I didn't start the timer. I put a timer down here, but I didn't start it. And you really can't see the word pup on... you can see it better on there than you can in the camera. So we're 12 minutes in so far. And I didn't start the timer. Do I take a 12-minute break and go do laundry and stuff like that and leave this timer running? And then come back and do more of the painting? Or do I just let the timer run afterwards? Because you can't really skip forward on this timer, I don't think. It's what it is, and if you accidentally restart it or anything else, you just have to let it count up to where you want it to be again. I think. I don't know. But that looks like that's all of our R's. I worked on them kind of because I wanted, to be able to rest my finger against them to work over here on the B's and P's. I think that's what I'm going to do next, is the G, B, and P area, possibly. Or maybe I should do the H's here to have a little bit more at the bottom of where my hand's going to go. Because if I'm working here, my hand will fit on those H's. So yeah, maybe I'll fill in the H's. And if you notice, there's this stupid little corner where the tape didn't cut quite correctly. Boo. Again, who's really going to notice all that? So yeah, we're going to go H. And I will go ahead and stop this for a little bit and see if I can get the timer up to where we are, I guess. Otherwise, I might not end up timing the painting, because having it catch up for like an hour or something and making sure I'm here to turn it off once it catches up and stuff is just a little more annoying, so I probably should catch it up now while I'm only catching up a few minutes. And no, I don't have to time them. If I forget to time it, then I just don't time it again after that. Unless I recorded a video of it, and then I can use that as a reference to add time to the timer. Then I'll possibly keep timing it, but the timing is just a little, like, interesting fact, not mandatory. So, if anybody's interested in it, I have it, but don't need it. I just had a lot of people asking me, how long did it take you to do that? And it's like, I can't even begin to tell you. Like, I can tell you a start date and end date. Like, I keep that information. But if I worked on it one day or every day of that period, I can't tell you. How long I worked on it, I can't tell you. And I couldn't even give them a rough guess of how long a painting took me because I never timed it. If I got it done in a day or I got it done in a week, it could be the exact same size painting, and it's just how often I ended up working on it. And so that really doesn't tell you anything when you ask how long a painting takes. And it's like, I don't know, this one took me a week, but that one took me a day. And they're the exact same size, so I have no idea how long it actually takes. And obviously this still won't be great because am I doing so while watching a movie and paying more attention to the movie than the diamond painting? Am I doing so paying more attention to the diamond painting? Like, unless I had a really large data pool, you probably don't have an estimate how quickly I diamond paint. And since I didn't really start timing them, and I've only timed like 3 of them, you don't have a big enough data pool to collect how long on average it takes to place X amount of drills if you are me. But I've thought about it before, and that's kind of like my thoughts on diamond painting. People have those like, what do they call them? Like their monthly finishes or yearly finishes or something like that. And I always thought that it just seems wrong because somebody's like, I have 80 finishes, and then you look at it and they're like all small partials or something, and then you have somebody else that has like 5 finishes, but they're all large paintings that are full drill, and it's like, I don't know, does that 5 equal that person's 80? Like, so I've always found the saying quantity of diamond paintings done thing false. It's a very inaccurate form of data. How many drills were on each painting you did? Now, if you put down, and this number is going to be way low because this painting is over 7,000. I think it's 7,500. I think I just looked again. But so I'm just going to give a way, way low number. But if this person did 85 paintings and it was 85,000 drills, but this person did 5 paintings and it was, what, 250,000 drills? Like, you know, which one actually did more that year? Not the one with the bigger number of paintings. Not saying you have to finish more paintings than anybody else in a year, but it's like people put in the title that like, hey, I finished this many paintings. And then the other one will be like, oh, I finished this many paintings. And it's like, it's so inaccurate. It makes this person sound like they did so much less than that person, when in reality they might have done so much more than that person. But again, it's not how much you do in a year or a week or a month. It's, you know, enjoying doing it and sitting back and just having something to occupy you, and hopefully something that calms you down and stuff like that. So that's really what's important. It's just like the titles kind of seem like they're trying to be like, grab your attention with, hey, I did X amount. Stupid little gnat. And I don't really like that. Maybe that's not what the title means, you know, maybe they don't mean to try to sound like they're bragging that they did that many paintings. But it's just, again, I feel like I don't have the correct data to say which one did better with that statistic that they give me. So I just rather, here's my finishes, you know? And then if you want to say finish number 1, finish number 2, but like, it seems like, for me anyway, personally, it seems like the title focuses a lot on quantity that's going to be in the video, and it's not right, because that quantity just doesn't mean anything. And even number of drills, like I said, in the long run doesn't mean anything, because that person had more time, that one had less time, that one enjoyed what it was doing with diamond painting and with some other craft, and that one only liked diamond painting. Like, there's so many factors in it that, like, numbers really don't go well to it. But if you're going to compare apples to apples, at least compare apples to apples, because when that one has you know, full drill, and that one has partial drills, and the partial drill is counted as a full finish, and the full drill is counted as a full finish, you are not comparing apples to apples. I mean, it's not the way it is. So, I don't know. Stupid little rant all of a sudden, I guess. But there's not many G's open in this part either, so this will be done pretty quickly. And then maybe I'll just upload this as a short little thing by itself, possibly. I have a few more videos to edit and stuff like that. I have used an editing program on my phone that I like better than the others, but I still don't really like it. I still cast it my phone to my computer and use the app on my computer. And I kept trying to right click to adjust stuff, and you don't right click because it's a phone app and there is no right click in the phone. So I kept accidentally unselecting everything that I had selected, but it had better controls, more like what I'm used to on the computer than other ones that I've used, so I wasn't too upset with that. And I got a video done that way because my computer that I'm using right now is so old, it lags and stutters so bad trying to edit a video that it's like, do I deal with the lagging and stuttering and look at that yellow, and it take like hours to get done, or do I deal with the phone and the smaller screen and not having the controls where I want them, feeling like I can't quite size an image in the video as accurately as I want to. But if you guys saw one of my most recent videos, they have other things I can use, like the weird little stickers. I think they call them stickers, little animated stickers, like that little heart animal that I used in the last one or something. Like, I don't have those in my editing program. I mean, I could put something like that in it, but I don't think it comes with something like that in it. And because of the editing program that I use, trying to put something like that in it is a lot more involved. I don't know if I'd say it's a lot more difficult, but it's an element that you have to connect to another area, that you have to connect to a layer that, you know, has to connect to the timeline. So it's more programmy related than just click and drag and cut. Although I also use an editing program that is more click, drag, and cut. But still, it seems like it just has a little bit more controls and a little bit more areas than the phone. But again, doesn't have all the little sticker add-on things, emoji stuff that like the phone seems to have in their editing programs. So I guess there's the benefit to both programs, whichever one you use. And obviously with any of them, being familiar with them is a big part of it, because the one you're more familiar with will feel more comfortable to you and you can get around easier. So when you're using one that's foreign to you, even if it's technically better than the one you know, until you get a handle on it, it doesn't feel better. So, yeah. And like I said, I didn't know what to talk about, so what I get to talk about is the random stuff that I dealt with. Random thoughts. And none of them are really all too important. I just hope my computer gets done sooner than later, but I'm gonna have to like call and ask them or something, because I know they said it was gonna take a month for the part to get in, and fine, cool, but I asked them by text if there's any updates, because I just want to stay, connected, I guess. I didn't leave my computer there just because I don't want it anymore. Make sure I get it back, So I just want to kind of get in touch with them and be like, you're still waiting on a part, right? Cool. Okay, done. But they didn't respond to the text, so I might have to call and bug them. I figure a quick text, hey, I know it's probably not there yet, but just, you know, keeping in touch for them to reply to would make more sense than the time for a phone call. But they didn't respond. I thought maybe they were just not working that day, so, you know, I'll wait. And then I didn't hear from them the next day, and I think that was a Sunday, though. And then you have Monday, so if I don't hear from tomorrow from the text, then I wanna make sure that everything is what was expected, and just to know. Maybe that makes me a little annoying. I'm not trying to, you know, bug them every day or anything, but it has been, what, a few weeks now? And I know they said a month, so a few weeks is half of that. But I'd still like to be like, hey, just let me know my computer's being, you know, stored on a shelf for now. And you know, I'm not like saying I don't want my computer back. You're the ones that told me I couldn't have it back for that long, you know? Because they do have like a policy that if you leave your computer and they try to give it back to you and you don't, that they will scrap it, recycle it, whatever. And obviously that's not the case with mine, but shit can get messed up and confused. And if they can see a check-in date or something and then not really like think about the fact that the part's taking a month and, you know, some other tech, or I'd like to know, yep, we're waiting for a part, everything's still good. So I'll give them a little bit more to respond, but then I think I'm just gonna be the annoying one to call them and ask. Like I said, just put new glue dots in these, so the glue dots are a little stickier than normal, but this canvas is nice and sticky because it's taking them for the most part. Also, I'm using a 6-placer, and I don't even need a 6-placer now. So, there's that. I'll go to a 2-placer and finish the bees off with a 2-placer. Though I see a few places I could use a 3. So, I normally, lately, it's not the way I started. Before I started YouTube, I used to single place everything. But then, I've said this before, my wrist didn't like this motion, so I started multi-placing. And it seems like that helps. So I've kind of like started where I normally multi-place just walking down in size. I will place with my 10-placer, then my 9-placer, then my 8-placer, and then my 6, and then my 4, or 5 and 4, and 3 and 2, and then 1. And I'll try to do everything that is that number with that placer. But if I miss it, sometimes I'll grab that placer again. Other times I'll just use the smaller placer and then the single placer when I go to do all the singles that were already there. How do you guys do so? Do you just single place? Do you single and multi-place? And if you do multi-place, do you try to walk down in size and do all the largest and all the smallest? If you see a larger one, do you re-grab the large size, or do you just use the small size? And if that means putting drills on that area twice where you could have put them on once, then that's how it is. I think we're done with our bee. So I know I said earlier that I wanted to stop this, but figure, you know what, we'll just do a little bit longer of a video than that. And the dogs are being quiet, and I know I got to get that caught up to it, but hey, the dogs are being quiet right this second. We'll do a little bit longer with the video and see how much of this I can get done, and then I'll just have to try to catch this up for next time. If I don't, then I just know it's always whatever's on this plus this video, which was the case with one of my last canvases I did. the timer wasn't there for like a session, so you had to add that session it wasn't there for plus the ones where it was run, so you just had to add like a 40 minutes to the end time, whatever the end time was. And yes, now I'm just going with the 3 placer regardless of what size it is. I do that too. I am a little chaotic. I don't like following patterns, I guess. Here would be really nice to just go in with at least a 6 placer, but the 3's in my hand, even though I could flip it over. Apparently, I just feel like using it as is. Except for down here, it's like, screw it, I am going to flip it over. Of course, then the drills are going the way I don't like going. I don't like placing drills this way. It just feels wrong to me. I like walking the drills, but it is what it is. I'm wondering how many other people place drills this way, because in my opinion, boats are meant to place drills going this way, and I hate that because normally the lines go that way. So that's why I got my boat made this way, because I like walking the drills like this, and I want to hold the boat this way. Holding it like this or like with my wrist like that hurts, whereas holding it like this is more natural. And then that's walking the drills. So is it uncommon to walk the drills up and down your canvas? Do more people like to go like that? Like, I feel like walking makes more sense. I don't know. If you guys have a preference in that, let me know. You walk your drills up and down, or do you go left to right? Well, I don't know. It feels like it's going really fast. I feel like I got a lot done in this area and not a lot of time. Maybe it's an average amount of time. I don't know. Maybe it's slower, but it feels like it's going pretty fast. That's all that matters, I guess. I know I still didn't get my Day of the Dead lady done. I had more than enough time to get her done. I just didn't work on her for a few days. So, and then one of the days I could have worked on her, I worked on Coral Lady instead. Just didn't feel like working on her, I guess. And again, I'm very big on, if I don't feel like it, I don't do it. I mean, there's some stuff I have to do even if I don't feel like doing it, but a craft is something you don't have to do, you don't have to do. Like I've said before, I am not willing to do anything that would put a time limit on this. All my time limits are, hey, I'd kind of like to do this around then. If I don't, then, you know, I don't, but it'd be nice to maybe do this for this or that for that. Because the second I start putting a time limit on it, I am going to hate it, and I am not going to touch it. And I have way more than enough canvases that I don't need to decide I hate diamond painting. And then what else would I have to do? Because I've already decided that I don't really enjoy sewing anymore. And, like, coloring is okay, but nowhere near as relaxing. Sewing wasn't either. I mean, like, what else would I want to do if I don't diamond paint? I got into cross stitching again, and that's going okay, but it's been like 3-4 years since I cross stitched last time because I did sew under a deadline and decided I hated it. I don't think what I made was bad or anything, but I decided I hated it because I had a deadline and I failed the deadline. And the deadline, I think, made me go even slower at the project because I had to get it done, but then that made me not like it, or I wanted to get it done correctly and do more to it, then it doesn't work out that way for me. Okay, these oranges have a few that I don't like. Seem like they didn't get cut out fully. They seem like they have a little bit of a ring around them. And I don't know, they look kind of brown on the screen, I'm guessing, but they are a dark orange. Z. That has a K in it. Well, I don't think I have any more 3s. But if I do this 3 up here, the one will go off the edge. Except for the middle one doesn't want to place. Yay. Yeah, that middle one's stuck on there. And again, that's the glue dot. You have to wear them down a bit. Which is maybe why some people don't like them. But I like extra sticky canvases. I like extra sticky glue dots. And I like the fact that I don't have to replace them very often. So like I said, I like to replace all my pens at once normally. And I just replaced all my pens other than the one I forgot to put a glue dot in. So I'll have to go back and do that. And I don't remember the last time I replaced the glue dots in them. Like, it wasn't this month. I don't know if it was last month or when, but it wasn't this month. I can guarantee you it wasn't this month, so. I mean, I don't paint as much as other people either, but they're sitting there with the glue dot in them, used or not used, and it's not drying out, so. You know, I like glue dots. Personal preference, though. It just, you gotta kind of, at least for me, when you load them into the pen, you gotta sit there and tap them against your hands, tap them against your desk, and just get some of your skin oils on them and stuff like that. And then I feel like every now and then while I use them, I got to do that again because it seems like some of that stuff like wipes off or something. Or it naturally twists a little bit and some more sticks out. Not really sure, but I think that's all of our Z's. I think well, I don't know. There's a few K's on there. I thought I did K's, but there's a few K's that I forgot if I did K's. What's this? An extra one that got on there? Okay. Alright. So, what color do I do next? Get the F out of the way, maybe? Looks like we have a bit of F. Is this one an extra that fell? Yes. Alright. We'll get the F out of the way. Looks like there's quite a bit of F. And if my voice sounds a little weird, my throat still hasn't decided to be even normal. Like, I normally have a sore throat and stuff, but my throat hasn't even decided to be normal yet since I got sick. I'm not sick anymore. I really don't think I'm sick anymore. Just also guess not back to normal yet. I can't believe how quiet the dogs are being. My dogs don't like being quiet. I don't own a hound, but I swear to you, they think they're hounds. Like, sometimes one will start howling, and the other one will start howling along too, and it's like, you guys are not hound dogs. Why are we howling? They're not normally quiet. I mean, I guess they gotta sleep too, so they'll sleep now and then not let me sleep. That's what they're gonna do, right? They're getting their rest in so they can stay up while I'm asleep and howl the whole entire time. I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, I did a few video games, and the whole entire time you hear them howling and whining in the background. It's like, dogs, why? Why so vocal? You have toys, you have stuff to do. And then, like, it's not just they want to lay on the couch with you or anything, because you let them lay on the couch and they're a yo-yo. It's like, let me get down for a second. Okay, let me get back up. Let me get down for a second. Let me get back up. It's like, can't you get comfortable and just kind of hang out with me then? Like, the jumping up and down, up and down, up and down is a little annoying. Because, like I've said, I keep my drills on the couch, so every time they jump up and down, it's like, you're gonna knock them over. And then, as I suspected, moving the filming to the bedroom, so I'm not in the same room with them, makes them just all the more interested in howling because I'm not in the room with them. They're like, I know you're in the house, but you're not in the room. Where are you? F's is what we're working on, yeah. Okay. The F's and A's are very similar in color. Which makes it a little harder for me to see the F's. I guess I work more off of color than I do letter, which is no surprise. The thing I fixate on first is normally the color. Like the game we were playing, the books had names on them, and the names aren't what I paid attention to. It's like red book, yellow book, blue book, green book. Like, the reason you were putting them in order was like the name, but it was not the way that my brain ordered them. It's like, which color first and last? Even with that being said, I can't tell you what color is what color. I don't know my colors very well. Are we doing just single placing now? I guess I could have done more. Oh well. I honestly do believe that one person I watched that said that single placing is the fastest is actually accurate. Partly because you're not looking around the canvas as much, like, okay, what can I double place before I grab out the single placer, or what can I use the 3 place around before I can use the single placer, and you don't have to worry about lining them up or straightening them as much. But again, I'm not interested in speed of diamond painting, so that's not all too important. But if you want to diamond paint faster, I do think it is actually faster to single place than multi-place. And it's probably faster with the drill laying flat on the desk, not like this, because now I don't have to go like this. I literally can just like drill to canvas. And I think that's probably faster too, because you shorten the length you travel. Should shorten the amount of time it takes for you to put the drills on the canvas, therefore the time it does to work on the canvas. But again, who diamond paints for speed? I mean, is there anybody that's watching this that what's important to them is how fast the canvas works? I know people aren't like me where it's like, oh, the canvas can take a year, I don't care. Like, I know a lot of people do tend to want to get a canvas done within a reasonable amount of time. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, is there anybody that actually wants speed? It's like, how can I diamond paint faster? I mean, to me, that feels like a job, not like a sit back and relax and work on a diamond painting. Then again, I know some people don't feel relaxed doing this if they don't get done with the canvas. They feel annoyed that it's taking so long to get done with the canvas, which I don't understand the feeling, but I get that that's the way they feel about it. Is that all of our Fs? I think that's all of our Fs too. Do we work on T's before we stop, or I'll just stop it there for now. And no, I'm not recording the whole entire time I do this painting. Probably not anyway, because sometimes you feel like working on a painting without getting a camera out. Sometimes you don't have anything to say, but you want to be able to work on that painting. So I think that's part of why my tiger one still didn't get done. I just haven't really felt like doing that. And I switched to the Mystery Theaters, and nothing wrong with that. I still like listening to those, and still wouldn't mind listening to more, but I just don't feel like sitting here for that long listening to that, then also editing the video, which I re-listen to it to make sure if there's any dogs or anything I can mute them, or so I just don't feel like editing that, which is probably why that one's just not getting done. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave this one here. That's the little itty bitty start of my little winter pup. But hopefully it turns out nice. Hopefully if you guys watched this, you enjoyed it, even though it was very random and odd. And hopefully any of you that are doing like a winter pup or something like that with me get a good chunk done and enjoy working on it. I'd like to see if anybody's working on a cute winter pup. Or even a winter cat. I saw some really cute winter cats too. And again, this is kind of like fall winter. I don't know if you can see, there's leaves here and then there's snow here. It's not like Christmas. It's just like a fall into winter transition type picture in my opinion. You have your fall leaves but your snow. So I thought it was really cute. And it was from a PR package. I don't remember which unboxing that was. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I think I know, but I don't want to say the wrong thing. I hate being wrong and giving wrong information. So, yeah. Well, hopefully everybody has a nice day, night, or morning.